Hello, Crypto fam, and welcome back to the Crypto Moses channel. In this video today, we're going to go over XRP. We're going to do some TA on XRP, and we're going to look at how some analysts are basically saying it could hit $73. A little outlandish in my opinion, but it is definitely something we want to look at and try to understand their perspective. What is their bullish sentiment, and why does it sound so ridiculous? And could there be some merit to it? So let's break it right in. First up, we're just going to look at some TA. And why is that important? Because that's the best way to see where these charts could be going. I know you guys haven't seen this chart in a while. We've been traveling a lot for work, but now we are back and sitting here ready to make as many day trades as possible. We actually took some really good trade opportunities here yesterday on BTC. We found some good longs. We were using this channel, and I'll make a whole video on this indicator here soon, and I'll walk you guys through how I print some of these profits. Don't forget, the best way to do that is to use BTCC. The reason I really like them is they allow you to leverage a lot, and I value that because then the power is in my hands. I can use a small amount of margin to take small risk, but get high reward, which is literally the point of trading. That's why I like them. They've got good liquidity, and there's not much of a spread at all, especially on some of the big assets with big market caps. So it's a really good way to kind of profit and be able to navigate this difficultly stressful market. But you know what? Trading is fun, especially if you spend a lot of time doing the analysis on the charts, which is why I want to do this one today. First up, we're going to zoom out to the big screen, right? We're going to zoom out to the 12-hour mark. And from there, we see that we're kind of forming this bit of a lower high here, right? So it topped back out at about $2.62. The question is, when are we going to find a bounce back? But here's something to notice, you guys. On the other end of it, on the bullish perspective, we actually see that we're forming this type of triangle. And realistically, this could be a positive triangle for XRP. And if we were to catch this and it would make it back to the top and bounce back, we're only going to need 40% to make it to all-time highs again, which is $3.35. And I want to go over this article. So this article basically says that it could hit $73. I think that's extremely outlandish. That's such a big high number. Very difficult to understand why they think that. But as we kind of go through it, they do have some good talking points, right? So they're basically saying $7 to $10 is going to be the initial resistance where these early longs might start trimming. The one negative I don't like about this is there is no actual big chart to show us their math to it. But what they are breaking down is that they understand that the $73 is a crazy number. With XRP literally only trading at around $2.50. And on top of that, one thing they do acknowledge that I like is that in the 2017 run, XRP did go up about 1,400% from its breakout flag, which is what we could be seeing here. It does not mean that it's going to go 1,400%, but it does mean that we are primed to double or maybe even triple. Now, when I see these articles, I do not necessarily just go buy in and believe it's going to work. What I want to do is look at the bigger picture, right? I even want to pull it out to the week structure. And I did this on our private trading group a couple days ago, and we were kind of talking about why XRP still has a good opportunity. One big thing you want to think about in technical terms is that this and this high are different. And what happened here is we actually had a higher high occur only by about 2.85%, but it shows us that the market focus is on XRP and there is enough retail demand and institutional demand starting to drive it above its previous highs, just like BTC did, right? We'll look at BTC here. It's made a higher high. Right now we made a higher low or a lower high, which is okay because we're going to need a little bit of cool down time. I mean, you guys were sitting at above $100,000 for BTC, which is just insane. Like 10 years ago, I would not have told you that BTC would continue being on this type of uptrend. And that literally brings more eyes into crypto. A lot more people are going to be buying and focused and using crypto because it is the new digital age money. When I first got into this in about 2018, I was very hesitant, very nervous. I did not trust the market as well. Now that I have been around the world and seeing what crypto does for people, I actually have extreme faith in the long run. And I actually do believe that XRP has a full potential to easily get above its all-time highs. and maybe not $73, but I do believe if this is a 5-wave structure, we've got a 1, a 2, this is a 3, a 4. It did break through the 1, which is a little shitty, but that's okay. This could work, and XRP could easily get to the 2.618 here. Again, it's a subjective line. It's not very, very defined, but it is a good probability, right? And then we've got a $6 opportunity here, and it would top out at the 4 mark at around $7.80, which is still insane. That's about 249%. And from the early adopters like me that got in at like 30, 40 cents, you guys, that is literally 1,700% on the money. So it's always good to have a long-term bag of XRP, and just make sure you're smart about it. Make sure it's the amount that you're comfortable to just risk and you're not relying on it, but you do see the opportunity that it could turn into. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Please don't forget, there is the BTCC link below. They are still doing the up to $10,000 rewards for deposits. So I would use that to my advantage. If I were you, that's how I originally got in and started using BTCC. The link is below. Full leverage available, no KYC exchange. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you on the next video.